Good evening, Doctor. Um, so, chivalry and polite sexism. As far as Christine's metaphorical City of Ladies, I can really understand where she's coming from as far as chivalry goes. Just the way chivalry came about and during the ages of the knights during the England times and everything, medieval times. It's a code of ethics created by, you know, man pretty much, and the way that it came about and has formed over centuries is just it's been labeled as a rule that every man should follow, which some women could just perceive that as, disrespectful as far as a man opening a door for a woman. It may be polite, but I think just by not doing that and letting the woman do it themselves, then we can make the world a more comfortable and equitable place for women, because you're assuming that a woman wants something done for her. It's like you're pretty much putting a hand over her. It's like you're controlling her at that point and just assuming, like, hey, this is what I want done for you. And not every woman wants that. I'm pretty sure most women would hate that. But as far as the formula goes, the history of women, they've had a rough upbringing, I would say, just as far as having a label put on them and being controlled by the male species. Because, back then, everything was ruled by the man. So the man had all the power, all the control. And like you mentioned, it was, you could beat your woman, have sexual intercourse with her whenever you felt like doing it. And it's just like, I could see where they're coming from. Bro, I'm making a video. This is for my project.
Can you see?
Sorry about that. If I was a woman, if I identified myself as a woman, I would want, or if I was a woman, just in general, I was obviously born a male, but I would want equal rights. I wouldn't want everything handed to me and done for me. And that's a lot of women do. They want to be helped, raised by a man. They just want to be taken care of. But for the majority of the population, I would say I could speak for a lot of women. They just want equal rights as far as being in the military and doing, being a construction worker. Most women want to be truly independent and free thinking for themselves, and chivalry over time has just kind of just taken away from that, and it still has its little hand over most women as far as men controlling women. But I would say, just from my experiences and just seeing other women and how they're treated, it's, I don't know, it's a little concerning, but it's hard to just put into words, honestly. Something I could do. Well, I mean, I do this already. Like, I don't even assume. If everyone in the world could stop assuming and jumping to conclusions before getting to know that person and their moral background, I would say the world would be a lot better place. As far as cities being, ran by a woman, and the violence and the sexual harassment, assault, rape, everything being lower, just in cities that are, ruled and governed by women. I think that speaks a lot right there. But if everyone could just stop assuming and really just jumping the gun, really, just on females. I don't know, this is a hard subject to talk about. I don't know. Just growing up, my mom was controlled quite a bit, so it's chivalry. When people say chivalry is dead, I mean, I think that would be a kind of a good thing, like, I'm not saying it should be dead, like, it can be polite, but like, you're at the same time, like I keep saying this over and over again, you're assuming. The word chivalry it's a code of ethics, so if that's someone or something that every man goes by, then it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. But just overall, just treating women with respect in general, just giving them their space, letting them exist in their own way. I would say we could make the world a better place as far as that, in the United States at least. I mean, everyone's free thinking right now, and they all can do as they please. It's a free country, but in other countries, women don't have that right to, speak for themselves. They're controlled by the man. But like, as far as like Indians in India, how women prefer to wear the gowns because it hides themselves, it hides their identity from the outside world. I know we look in on that and say like, oh, why are they wearing that? Who's making them wear that? But really, a majority of them want to wear that. So I think chivalry, it's a tough subject to talk about. It's hard to speak on it, really. It's really two-sided. It just really depends on the person. But as far as the man treating the woman with respect as such and just giving her own boundaries and space to be themselves, that would be a good start for making women feel more equal to the man. So, yeah. Sorry I couldn't speak on it in a better context, but I don't know. It's kind of confusing a little bit to me. It's a tough topic to speak about.